Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fall in London. We are about to begin the Tournament of Toasts. A very fine day for cricket. What else is there like cricket in this world? The class, the camaraderie, the feverish competition that drives people to obsession. The almost cucumber sandwiches. Here come the cricketers now, strolling out on the field. The Benthic and Summerset captains shake hands. The weather is perfect. No bats, no glimfall. The pavilion is packed, spectators stocked like biscuits in a box. They're waving flags, they're eating tarts. A shadow falls across the crowd. Enormous. Hooded. Mr. Wines ascending to the table at the top. Everyone raises a glass. "Welcome, one and all," says Mr. Wines. "Let's have a toast." We're at the university. We have a cricket bat that looks mysteriously like a walking cane right there. And the Benthic 11 and the Summerset gentlemen are evenly matched. A toast, a toast, a toast. It's our pleasure, Mr. Wines begins pouring a bottle, to inaugurate once again this great and good tradition at the university. We will drink, we will play, we will drink even more. Let us add a little warmth to London's cheeks. What do you say, with a bit of sport, a drop of port, to cricket, and to all who love the game? Drinking will inhibit your cricketing proficiency. This is like a bad idea. We can either drink to the Benthic victory, which is us, I guess, we're on their side. We're all in this together, except for the other team, not them. Drink to Summerset's victory. What would Benthic teammates think? There's one way to find out. And drink to your own victory. Let's be honest about what matters here. Gonna have to be the hedonistic choice. To thine own self, always. The Summerset captain rolls his eyes. The Benthic captain smiles. You drink a glass that blazes through your veins, and the crowd applauds. For you? Why not think so? Now, says Mr. Wines, for the coin toss. Fate, or perhaps that unexpected gust from a passing dirigible, rewards the Summerset gentleman with the choice to bat or field during the first innings. They will bat, which means, says the Benthic captain, you're going to bowl. I can tell you believe in yourself. I do too. Have the Stoats just released the Blemigans? Oh dear. This is going to be a match. Bowling for the Benthic 11. Benthic 11 are spread across the field. You stand at the pitch with the ball in your hand. A batter from the Summerset gentleman assumes the position to strike. Raising your standing in the game will increase Benthic's chance of victory. Lowering it will tip the match towards Summerset instead. When your innings progress reaches 3, you'll have to wait until next innings to play more cricket. Throw a Blemmigan? Right, so we have 3 options here. We can either throw the ball. You've practiced for this moment. Success will raise your standing in the game. Problem is only a 40% chance of success. We can throw the ball fiendishly. The Athletic Devilist has introduced you to certain advanced techniques. There's only a 20% chance of success of that happening. Or we can throw a Blemmigan, which is... The thought is amazing. Such a tactic would flagrantly violate the laws of cricket. Wouldn't that be fun? No, we're not gonna throw a Blemmigan as much as I would love to. Let's just throw the ball. Nice and simple. 40% chance. Probably gonna fail. Oh, we succeeded. God damn it. Success! When the journalists are reporting this tournament for the papers, your throw will be compared to many things. A windmill's blade, a tiger's paw, a grand jet, a cannon. Each metaphor will strain to hold the truth. They'll have an easier time describing your opponents. A disgrace. Oof, wonderful. Okay, so we have the same choice again, except there is a new option here. Step away for light refreshment and spy work. The umpires are debating a run. This will take how long? Where's that wine? Stepping away to explore the tournament will not negatively affect your standing in the game or increase your innings progress. You can return to play cricket at any time during the match. Let's have a look. With the Benthic 11, radical academics, esoteric cryptozoologists, and deadly serious cricketers. In fact, death is less serious. After all, everybody can die. Not everybody can claim they've beaten the brass embassy ladies on a literal infernal playing field. Twice. Okay, so we can either... This match isn't going to win or sabotage itself. We can either go back, or we can speak to our captain. I have a good feeling about this match. I know you'll do your best. Oh boy. He's never without his bat, and it is never without attitude. It hangs on his shoulders, it nuzzles his hand, it wants to eat mushrooms. It gets what it wants. His shoes are always varnished with guano. So we have a few options here. We can speak about that word right there, cryotercregometry. A word about bats and clocks. Bats, he exclaims. It's a marvel what we can learn by studying bats. Did you know they're sympathetic to a certain frequency? That their wings can be set just like hands on a clock? A well-calibrated bat is more dependable than a pocket watch, not to mention what else you can encode into their flight patterns. Little things the authorities wouldn't detect. It's precisely like the Hamburg alphabet. Dot, dash, dot, dash, you know. But rather than writing a message across a page, Cryoptera can write it across time. Isn't that right, Mordecai? His bat squeaks. He feeds it another mushroom. Speak about the disgraced cricketer. You're replacing her, which should give you the right to know more about her. Brilliant. That's the only word to describe her. Not just at cricket, she also made her name for herself in semiotics, which is why she travelled from Meerut. That's in India, of course. You can't study semiotics properly on the surface. The Benthic captain touches your arm. I don't mind telling you, I pulled a few strings to secure her position at the university. When I spoke to her, when I saw her brilliance, what else could I do? She came such a long way, and she really has been most dependable. Until the accident. I trust you'll be dependable too, as her replacement. Okay, we've heard enough for now. We can hobnob with the Benthic 11. They're in high spirits. Their score is rather high as well. Semioticans and infernal rare factors. It is astounding what they know about cricket, and even more astounding what they know about everything else. Spelunking in the Forgotten Quarter, translating Third City literature, breeding sorrow spiders. How do they possibly find the time for practice matches? When you ask that question, they suddenly know very little about the subject. Okay, the last option here is to explore the tournament grounds. Somehow I don't think we're going to be drinking much wine. On the tournament grounds, cricket is not a pastime to be rushed. This is especially true during a tournament with complimentary drinks. Take a ramble, have a chat, infiltrate a few restricted areas. So we can consider what we know. Something suspicious is happening at the cricket match. Let's resume. It's a bit early to be throwing the blame around. Approach the Benthic 11. That's where we were. The Summerset Gentlemen. The Summerset Gentlemen are amateurs. Cricket to people in their social set is strictly a division, and never played to earn a living wage. That would be unthinkably low class, which isn't to suggest that they don't claim the purse when they win. So we can talk to the Summerset captain. He is the very picture of a gentleman, from his tailored trousers to the glint in his eye that conveys a disdain more exquisitely distilled than brandy. In a salon, he would be formidable. On the cricket field, he is formidability itself. People call themselves lawyers just because they practice law. Baseborn and Flowing Peace, for instance. I've often consulted for that little firm. They're famous, fierce in court, fabulously expensive. But they care more about what judgments come down, not how judgments come down. An intelligent lawyer knows that rulings matter less than the people who make them. The best legal offence is also the best defence, to know how the judge thinks. He tosses a cricket ball into the air and catches it, or the umpire. Let's speak about the distracted cricketer. What does he have to say about Benthic's decommissioned all-rounder? Do you want me to say I'm upset? That I wish she were back in the game? I don't. Not in the least. She is an opponent. What happened to her was horrific, of course, but if you're looking for someone to blame, may I direct your attention to the gentleman with the disagreeable bat. You know the one. You're playing on his team. Okay. Ooh, visit the university quadrangle. Damp, shade, and spores. When a game isn't underway, Benthic College holds practice matches on the lawn below the bell tower. In the bell tower's shadow, the athletic devilish prowls, scanning the ground. Mushrooms sprout everywhere, smashed by the Benthic 11's last practice match. Here, in their tracks, you can reread the game, where the third man sprinted, where the sweeper stumbled. One patch is grilled. Apparently, the grill was human-shaped. So we can either speak to the athletic devilish, or we can ascend the bell tower. I guess we'll speak with the athletic devilish. I knew we'd meet again, because you need me again. Come, we'll talk. Impeccable. Not a single hair misplaced. People only look like this in memory, when the mind has worn away their rough edges to leave a glowing, ideal impression. But she isn't a person. She is perfection, standing here with her white gloves, holding a cricket bat. I mean, we practice some cricket. I still have the wounds from the last time we did this. But let's go. Ah, unlucky. The trick is to ignore the pain. Push yourself, keep pushing, push until your tendons tear. That's when normal people stop. That's why when you keep pushing, you'll surpass everyone. We have a saying where I come from, the athletic devilish tells you. In order to rise, one must fall. It should be translated another way. In order to learn, one must unlearn. Unlearn that weak grip. Unlearn that slouched shoulder. That's how you learn to play with the masters. Well, we might as well try and get it to 4 if we can. Oh. That started to hurt. Speak about the distracted cricketer. It is reasonable to assume an instructor may have information about a pupil. Sympathy. I'll admit, says the athletic devilish, I have a certain fondness for her. Even beyond her ability as a cricketer, her family stood against the East India Company in '57. Mine stood against an authority too, but we did it a tiny bit longer ago. Time, however, doesn't matter. Once you've smelled revolt, you smell it forever. She inhales as though she was breathing the sweetest flower. Tell me, do you understand rebellion? Her own knowledge guided her here to London. But never mind, my darling. You don't need to understand. You just need to play cricket. She would want you to succeed. Let's ascend the bell tower. Is that imported goat's butter spread across the steps? 442. 443. Every step is slathered, but you never slip. And the higher you climb, the thinner it gets, as though the stoats had too little to spread across this many stairs. Even their ladders must have a limit. 444. You climb onto the landing at the top. Atop the bell tower. At this height you can see London. Fires in the dark, candles in windows, lanterns on distant docks. Overhead the great bell hangs. Someone else has been here. A spyglass stands with its eye pointed towards the bazaar. Graffiti covers the floor, and guano strewn and half-nibbled mushrooms. Ooh, who do we know who has a bat Then again, you could totally just fake that, so... Observe the bazaar. Even at this distance, you can see the sigils glow on its spires. The spyglass is warped from pointing at the same sigils too long, which allows you to point it right back, matching flaws in the lenses to spires. You find yourself staring at a glistened black vault. Onyx. Or could that be sweat? The most preposterous rumours persist about the bazaar, that its ceilings weep secrets, its floors secrete dreams, and its cellars drip with coins only some Khans can count. All hogwash, but that hasn't stopped various interested parties from attempting to get to the truth. Probably not the same truth. The bazaar is said to sneeze into the side streets on alternate weekends. We can study the graffiti. Whether you're looking at squiggles or signs would appear to depend on the angle. These images are familiar. The rook, the pawn, the king without a crown. They are hieroglyphs in a language for spies. A keen-eyed observer might spot graffiti like this in Vale Garden or Spite. Luckily, you're quite keen-eyed, and have read others like them before. You read about a key that is a word. You read about a lock that requires many keys. Then you turn your head another way, and new meanings unfold. A move will be made in a game. A prayer will be answered at an appointed hour. A crime that is a key will be confessed. Descend to the quadrangle. Going down is easier. Whether you slip or not, you'll get there. I'd rather not fly down the bell tower, thank you very much. Or we can investigate the university. Ivy strangles the walls. Chalk infuses the air. Portraits hang along the corridors, darkened by age. Pipe smoke from professors and the occasional marmalade stain. They seem to watch as you slip down passageways, faintly condescending in their attitudes. We can sneak into the department of that massive word. Chiropterochronometry. No candles allowed. Department orders. Your eyes adjust, your ears sharpen. You look aloft. The ceiling is alive with hanging bats. Hundreds, with their claws hooked into nets spread overhead. Their beady eyes are watching you as well. You navigate through the rooms like caves. Wings brush your face. A metronome, tick, tick, guides you forward. Tick, tick, until you step into the laboratory. The metronome, tick, tick, absorbs your mind. Its steady sound, tick, tick, becomes a rhythm in which, tick, tick, your thoughts run. Even the bats overhead seem to breathe, tick, tick, in time with it. Great cages loom, machines, clockwork, levers that you could pull, tick, tick, and hammers poised to strike bells in the dark. Oh, we can prepare for an experiment. Calibrate, calibrate, bang things around. You unlock this by not having any foresights. Fun. Oh no. Okay, let's get ready. All elements in readiness. Moon pearls click into place. What do people say about moon pearls? The bat flocks interfere with them? Or that they interfere with the bat flocks? Setting hearsay aside, your analysis would suggest that they influence the equipment in this laboratory, whatever it is. At least they provide a little light. Now you can get on with things. Oh, we gained a single moon pearl. We can experiment with the sulky bat. Introduce a bat into the clockwork cage. Pull the lever, see or hear what happens. Luckily, he will not be harmed. Tick, tick. Around the bat flaps. Flap, flap, as the metronome ticks. Gears spin, steam hisses. The metronome stops, but the bat continues circling, flap, flap, inside the cage. A needle scratches blank paper, recording every flap. Minutes pass. You recognize, slowly, a rhythmic shift. Its message evolves, building upon patterns laid down by the metronome. A hammer hits a bell, and the bat plummets. As the metronome resumes its steady tick, 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 you retrieve the paper. It is indeed a message. Game underway. Target secure. Confession imminent. You have enough reason to confront the Benthic captain. Let's investigate elsewhere. It's not looking good for the old Benthic captain, is it? I guess the other option is to go to the Summerset place and hope that there's incriminating evidence there as well. An officious librarian coughs and taps a plaque with a cane. Faculty only. Drops name. I see, says the officious librarian, staring through spectacles with black lenses. I've told him time and time again he's supposed to accompany guests when they visit the stacks. But if the Summerset captain has given you permission, far be it from me to uphold policy. This is only a law library. I don't suppose you'll sign the log. These guests never do. Here are the case laws, the contract laws, well paged and worn, and here in cloth-bound volumes, asset forfeiture regulations, and here, deeper within the stacks, attendants run fingers along spines for numbers in braille, and here the dust gathers, and here the books are chained to the bookshelves, not a whisper, not a word, a sign with raised letters. Restricted reading. So we can research celestial law, fingerprints in the dust. These books have been handled recently. Judgment. You follow a trail, thumbed pages, dog-eared corners. I hate people who do that to books, on a complete side note, until your head is brimming with celestial law. Mathematics, formulae, principles that dictate how the planets move, how apples fall, how confessions can be compelled. How confessions can be compelled? The same way apples fall and planets move? Apply the right force, ask the proper question, the effect will follow the cause. Whoever you interrogate will speak the truth, because in the language that governs the stars, there is only the truth. Your trail runs cold. One book is gone, its chain ripped from the shelf. We can have a look at the infernal law. A few shelves are crusted with mushroom-flecked guano. Why is the bat everywhere? A paradox. There is no law that is the law. Eat something, melt it, reshape it, translate it into something new. Even the truth is mutable. Even the words you're reading aren't the words you're reading now. You scan the last sentence again. It's different. You flip to the index. There is no index. Page numbers change. Your head begins to pound. To rise is to fall. To condemn is to spare. Only the guilty can be innocent. Smoke coils from the crawling print. You slam the book. Wow, remind me not to get involved in infernal law. So we have another choice. We can search the distracted cricketer's rooms. She boarded at Benthic before obtaining her current accommodations. Symbols are pinned across every square inch. Books on semi-semotics crowd the shelves. Even more are shoved under the bed, compelling the mattress to bulge. You have known disorganized lodgings, but these make disorder look like order. There may be more to see here later in the match. Oh. Examine the window. Someone left it open, which means someone was here to leave it open. There is a scrap snagged on the sill, torn from a jacket, specifically the type fastened with straps. Someone not only been here, but been climbing in and out. You cannot shake the sense that you're being watched, but as soon as you leave, someone else will return. You poke your head outside, but only discover a Blemmigan, guzzling wine underneath the window. You pull your head back in again before the Blemmigan discovers you. so we can search beneath the bed. If you could sort through this mess, perhaps you'll uncover. Let's start with the floor. Buried deep beneath the bed, concealed under a loose floorboard, and locked inside a safe whose combination you crack as expertly as an egg, you discover a cache. Coded notes, forged documents, communiques from the surface. With each page, you decrypt more pieces fall into place. The distracted cricketer would seem to be more than an athlete, more than a scholar, but also an agent embroiled in espionage. Someone who traded secrets, someone whose distraction might prevent her from trading such secrets again. It's an interesting life. Now we can study the walls. Correspondence. Not actual correspondence. No paper would survive such elaborate inscriptions without bursting into flame, but sketches that approximate shapes that suggest sigils. Simply thinking about an approximation makes your teeth chatter, you taste blood, and stop thinking. So she seems to be involved in some form of espionage. I'm guessing it's something to do with breaking into the bazaar. So let's return to the quadrangle. I guess we should return to the tournament grounds. Approach the Benthic 11. And we should go back to bowling. Oh, I've got to try to throw the ball fiendishly, haven't I? With a 60% chance, let's give it a go. Yes! Success! Somerset's batsman blinked. Somerset's backman shouldn't have blinked. Now all he can see is the smoke trail that still lingers in the air. Marking the trajectory, your ball blazed in less time than it takes to blink, which is why Somerset's batsman shouldn't have blinked. That is wonderful. This is a weird place for me to end the episode, but I think I'm going to end it here. I don't know how much is left, but I am run out of time to record this episode. Normally I don't do an ending on these, so it's a bit weird, but thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, you know the deal by now. And as always, I'll see you next time.